Hi guys, we're starting a new series, Gemini North Node. Gemini North Node, I'm wearing my newspaper shirt because Gemini has to do with communication, information, sharing information, gathering information, thinking, writing, talking, discussing. That's Gemini. So we're going to talk a lot because we're in Gemini territory. But first we have to examine your South Node in Sagittarius and give you a general idea. So those of you who have South Node in Sagittarius, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised that you are watching this video because Sagittarius South Nodes, they don't really like to listen and they don't really think they need to learn anything because they think they know it all. And to their defense, you guys do know it all because you guys did so much in your lifetimes. You explored yourself to the end. I mean, you went literally to the ends of the world in your exploration because more than anything, Sagittarius loves freedom. Loves freedom of movement, freedom of going, freedom of finding out, of discovering. You know, they're the wanderer, the nomad, the gypsy, the one that just, you know, leaves the house in the morning and says, I have no idea where I'm going, but I know that I'm going to have a blast today. And that's what you guys know how to do. You know how to have fun. You know how to make the best of wherever you are. And wherever you are, there's fun around you. You guys are pranksters, tricksters. You love to have fun. Fun is a big part of you. And you guys are larger than life. You know, you have so much energy in you. You know, Sagittarius is a fire sign and it's a very mobile fire sign. You know, it's the liver of life. You know how to live life. You've lived a lot of lives with a lot of experience. You've gathered a lot of knowledge about the universe, about the world around you, about other countries, religions, philosophies. I mean, you explored everything and you have so much to share with the world. A bright example, an awesome example of a Sagittarius South Node is Mr. Donald Trump. Amazing example because the guy doesn't care what you think about him. He doesn't care how you perceive him. He just is. And Sagittarius is larger than life. Sagittarius is goofy and aloof and just so much fun. And we're gonna talk about the way that Sagittarius South Node went to the extreme, because if it's in your South Node, that means you overdid the qualities of Sagittarius. You overplayed them. So somebody who doesn't like to listen to others, doesn't care what you have to say, thinks that, I would say that everybody else around them is stupid and small and afraid and just boring, you know, plain boring. And Sagittarius thinks it's probably the coolest thing in the world. So lifetime is like that. Lifetimes of exploration, lifetimes of exploring everything from philosophy to religion to other countries to the world in general, you know, different foods, different customs. So you are my Gemini Sagittarius people, that axis of the nodes. You guys are my teachers, my speakers, you guys have so much to share with the world. And every sign, each one of you does it in a different way, you know. So as a Sagittarius South Node, you guys were the crazy preachers, the ones that, you know, preached doomsday, the ones that, you know, you led crowds, you know, you were so fanatic in your thinking and in your perceptions. You kind of lost yourself in this big world, you know, you kind of went to the deep end. And because of that, you may have these crazy fanatic ideas. And a lot of times if somebody talks to you, they'll be like, God, do you ever just shut up? Or like, hey, can I say something? Or like, hey, you think you know it all. And God forbid you argue with a Sagittarius South Node, because I would argue you and you will just be left there, you know, they'll burn the shit out of you because they're fire that's strong, that's lively and fun. I love Sagittarius energy and Gemini energy, I do. So I always have fun interacting with people like that because they don't care. They just say what they think, they have their truth, boom. If you don't like it, I'll find somebody else to listen to me. So this brings me to the North Node in Gemini. So if you guys preached and taught and had everybody listen to you, in this lifetime, you're more about kind of contracting your world, but not in a sense of making it small, but just really paying attention to details, paying attention to other people, listening to other people, let somebody else talk for once, learn something from another. Let another one speak. You know, Gemini North Nodes are very curious, and they love information. They love exchange of information. And so with the Gemini North Node, you're here to kind of slow down. You know, I know it's hard because you're so used to having that freedom, and you kind of have to just kind of slow down and, you know, let others talk, let others speak, let others share information and learn something from your interaction with people, and not look at people as stupid and scared and mediocre, but look at them as like, hey, I can learn something from everybody, you know, because you are open-minded and you are cool about interacting with anybody. You know, you can interact with royalty the same as you can interact with, you know, somebody off the street. Like, you're cool about that because you're very inclusive. So in Gemini, you really have to open your mind to, you know, get to know the world around you, but through interaction with others, through interaction, exchanging ideas, exchanging information, listening, not so much talking and being the loudest one in the room, but listening and learning from others, you know, asking questions about others. Hey, what do you think about this? Instead of telling them, hey, let me tell you what you should do with your life. Let me tell you what's right, what's the truth. No, you know, ask the guy, hey, what do you think? How do you see the situation and why? And that would be the beauty. So I know I talked a lot about Sagittarius South Node, not a lot about Gemini North Node, but we're going to talk about it more when we go through all the houses so you can get a better idea. Okay? All right. Come along. North Node in Gemini in the 3rd house. So let's go back to your experience from other lifetimes, your memories that you have. Sagittarius in the 9th house, in its own house. Lord have mercy. Talk about zealous religious leader. Gypsy without a home. Okay, the beauty about Sagittarius in the 9th is that you're that, you know, there's that traveler at heart, that explorer in you, more than anybody else in the chart. It's when you put Sagittarius in the 9th, that's like the mother of all explorers. That's somebody who literally traveled the world up and down, you know, physically, you know, went from here to here, explored countries, found continents, explored species of things, lost itself in the world of universal knowledge, in the stars, in everything. I mean, somebody who literally, I would say, just explored everything, but not in the mind, but like through actually being it and doing it and taking a chance and just being that. So there is a big explorer that you have in you. I mean, you want to say freaking Christopher Columbus, go right ahead. You want to say Darwin's a good one. That's a good one. You know, I don't know his chart, but I can, you know, he would fit that theme. You know, somebody who did not follow the dogma, maybe, of you know, of religion, and said, you know what, I think that we evolved from monkeys, and, you know, I'm okay with it. So basically, you know your truth more than anybody else. And with Sagittarius in the South Node, you believed your truth so much that you went crazy with your truth. You literally lost your mind, I would say. So how can that manifest itself? You were somebody who, a big one for the 9th house has to do with religion, philosophy, you know, the world truths, all of that. You were so zealous about it that you literally got obsessed with it, and like I said, lost your mind in it, to where you didn't see anything else, you didn't consider anything else around you, and everybody else who thought different from you was wrong, and you probably obliterated them in your speech, because you, number one, you do not like to listen to anybody because you don't think they have anything to teach you, and you think you know it all, and you think that you your truth is the best truth in the world. So with North Node, nothing wrong with that, guys, because, you know, you know, we all have our truth. But with Sagittarius in the 9th, you took that truth too far, and you kind of, yeah, you became overbearing with it. You became, you know, you see people that, conspiracy theories. Oh, that's another one that would be good, that would fit here. Conspiracy theories about the end of the world, and if you guys don't do this, we're gonna be enslaved, and, you know, the Illuminati are gonna, you know, that idea. You know, conspiracy theories would be perfect for this position. You know, you're always thinking that got to save the world, you know, and you need to save it because you know it, and everybody else is stupid and they're all ignorant, and you just think that without you, we're all going to go to shit. Well, we won't. But here's why. Because it's your world. You know, my world, my truth is different. We all can have our own truth. That's the beauty. And so you, with Sagittarius in the ninth, you're always trying to convince other people of your truth. And if they disagree with you, then you basically just leave, or you just, you know, you dominate them so much, because Sagittarius can be domineering. You know, it's that fire that can be inspiring, but it can be destructive also. Just burn everything to the ground. Let's see, can I put cults in this one too? Maybe, because when you're talking about zealous religious leader, or zealous group leader for some kind of belief, some kind of universal truth, you know, a lot of times if they get obsessive, they're going to end up dying, you know, and whoever they're involved with, that group is going to die somehow. Because when you take something to the edge, when you take an idea to the extreme, when you get obsessed with it and you lose your head in it and you're grounding in it, you guys are going to fucking die. All you guys are going to burn somehow. That Sagittarius energy is just going to destroy all of you. So let's go to the lighter side of things. North Node and Gemini in the third. This one, once again, information. You're putting Gemini in its own house. The house of communication, information, talking, reading, sharing, gossiping. Why not? Why not? It would be good for you to even gossip a little bit, because you're not used to like the simple conversation between people. You're not used to the small talk. You think it's stupid. You're not used to just coming in and saying, hey, how you doing? Hey, where'd you get that donut from? You know, I want that too. Or, hey, you know, my head hurts. What do you guys think I should do for that? You know, things like that. Like the little mundane talking that people do when they run into each other on the street. For you can be very uncomfortable because you don't know how to relax. Because your idea of like truth and speaking, it's very forceful. It's very strong. I guarantee you, if I ask your friends, you know, how is it to interact with him or her? And they're gonna be like, oh my God, I can never get a word in. They're always dominating the conversation. Nothing wrong with that. It's what you guys are used to. But you're done with that. You're here to lighten up. Lighten up. Ask simple questions. You know, watch TMZ if you want to. You know, read the news. You know, you're here to kind of go away from that big, scary truth that you know to the little truths of everybody else. And kind of play with everybody in their own world and say, and get curious about people, get curious about how they think, get curious about your neighbors, you know, don't be a recluse. With Sagittarius in the ninth, there is a recluse in you because you're used to being on your own a lot and traveling, and more than likely, just like the Fool card in the tarot, you know, you're with your little baggie, you know, your little backpack, and it's you and with a little dog, and you're exploring the world and you don't need anybody. Well, I got news for you. You do need to interact with all of us because people can be fun. You forgot that humans can be fun. You forgot that humans can be interesting. You wrapped yourself up so much in your world that you shut yourself down from simple interaction and conversation. So the key for you is to chill your mind, chill that zealousness to teach everybody and to convince everybody. Just kind of, like I said, more listening. Once again, Sagittarius, Gemini nodes. When you have North Node in Gemini, more listening, letting others talk, learning from others, reading newspapers, reading gossip, watching TMZ, watching stupid stuff too, just stupid information that's useless. Just give yourself that experience because it can be fun. And you know what's funny about Sagittarius is that even though you're such a fun sign, when you're in the South Node, you become so serious almost with because you're so obsessed with, you know, teaching everybody and convincing everybody that you're not that fun guy that everybody knows Sagittarius to be. You know, you become dogmatic and boring because you're like, fuck, you're always talking about the same shit. I'm tired of hearing about the Illuminati. You know, I just want to freaking go get a coffee and talk about, you know, the movie that I just saw. So things like that. So you're here to chill. You're here to joke. You're here to, your sense of humor is great because Sagittarius, when he says something, Sagittarius can be very sarcastic. So bring your sense of humor, but bring it not in a scary way, but like in a fun way, you know. So yeah, like lighten up, talk to people, get to know your neighbors, get to know the area around you. Go. The thing that I see like with Sagittarius is that mad scientist, kind of like Aquarius, that's just like, you know, hair's like this, hasn't taken a shower, but he doesn't care because all he wants to do is to prepare all of us for doomsday, something like that. So now you're here to like relax and, you know, chill with your mind, and then, you know, we're not going to go to shits. The world's not going to an end, you know. Let's just have fun in day-to-day activities, you know, day-to-day fun. So yeah, lighten up your reading, lighten up your talking, lighten up your conversations. If you really don't know what to say, if you're really struggling, because all you want to do is just say something sarcastic, if you're really struggling with that, then just shut up and let the other people talk, and then you will know when to say something. Okay? So don't be left out. Interact every day, you know. Be curious, be fickle, change your mind. Sagittarius self-know, it's so hard to change your mind, mamma mia. Change your mind, do this, and then an hour later do this, and then do this, and don't judge that. You know, you're allowed to literally do meaningless stuff. You're allowed to let your mind wander from one stupid thing to another, and then go, well, you know what, that's not stupid at all. That's actually quite interesting. You know, lighten up your thinking, okay?